Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys all are. It's great to be with you. It's been a great session. I enjoyed hearing Jerry's story on grandma's buttons and her heartfelt story of caring for her husband's grandmother, and Belinda's enthusiasm, and it's so contagious on doing what you love with her copywriting, and Nyambo's story about the desperate need for water around the world, and Tracy on just her cuteness and her vibrancy, and I bet she is a knockout makeup artist. And Dr. Beta's was great on being yourself. And it's a beautiful morning. I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, and so happy to be here. So I'm going to share a little story of about 20 years ago in our family's life. Brr. I remember looking out the window at the thermometer on the tree. The porch light revealed the temperature I dreaded to see, -27. My 3-year-old said he needed to go, and as a mama, I learned that go means fast, not slow. Quickly, we put on our coats and our boots over pajamas, and then I grabbed the flashlight and I thought, too bad we don't live in the Bahamas. I inhaled another deep breath of warm air, and then we raced to the outhouse through the snow with care. If happiness were based solely on a circumstance or on a feeling, I would have seriously needed Prozac. Happiness is not a person, it's not a place, it's not a status or a size, but finding connection to your purpose, your talents, and especially your tribe. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, a little money might be nice too. Well, let's put this into perspective. Did you know if you have food in your fridge, clean water to drink, internet, and hot running water from a sink, you are among the world's wealthy elite? In fact, world economist Branko Milanovic said this: households which take in $36,000 a year are in the top 1% of earners globally. So even in our cabin with an outhouse, we were rich according to the world's wealth index. But in my personal experience, wealth does not determine one's happiness either, but our resilience to navigate a healthy state of mind, even through turbulent times. Has 2020 been turbulent? Have we seen that? I think we really, really have. And so wealth is being able to navigate that in a way as well. After a series of unfortunate events, I found myself living with my husband and 4 young boys in a small rustic cabin in Alaska without any running water, and we had an outhouse. We sold a thriving business in Utah, and the buyers had defaulted on all the payments. Now, we don't believe in bankruptcy, and we didn't want to ruin our credit, and we wanted to keep the integrity of the commitments that people had made to loan us money. So we downsized to a small cabin and able to maintain all of our payments. We drilled our own well, and we would carry 2 5-gallon buckets of ice cold water into the cabin to pour on the stove to wash our dishes. Now, with the last name of Butts, I have heard all types of jokes, but want to know how to keep your butts from sticking to an outhouse seat when it's 20 below? I'll give you a $1,000 tip. Should you ever find yourself in such a frigid situation, you'll just need a pair of long socks. You slide them over the split on the seat and voila, it will still be cold, but at least you will not stick. We prayerfully pondered what to do. We knew this really wasn't the best ideal situation for children in America, so we pondered what to do. And even though we had a lake in our backyard and plenty of frogs for 4 little boys to catch, a perfect view of the northern lights, we just knew that we needed to have a little bit better lifestyle for them. So We bought a used 1992 black Cadillac limousine, and we started ourselves an airport service. We established contracts with airlines, with hotels, with cruise ships, and with corporate jet companies. And in a matter of 2 years, we were able to move out of that little cabin and back into a normal house. I was so thankful. And we'd continue to add more buses, more limos, more SUVs, and and um, and corporate town cars to our fleet. And we established all these contracts with these corporate companies, cruise ships, and corporate jet companies all over the world. And as has been already mentioned today, be careful what you wish for. That seems to be a common thing we look at in hindsight. So be careful what you wish for and always know your why. We wish to be the best company in Alaska. Now, our wish was not about providing for the needs of our children, but it was all about our ego. And in 5 years, after much hard work, Alaskan Splendor Limousine became the National Midsize Operator of the Year. And the phone rang 24/7, 365 days a year, and there was never a day off. When the office manager was out, the phones were forwarded to me. I answered the phone while fishing, while grocery shopping, in the shower, on the porcelain throne, and even while trying to relieve a little stress with my hubby. Our sales closure rate was about 95%, so we didn't want to let the phone ever go to voicemail. And, and so the stress was unimaginable. What was the impact on our little family? There were very few date nights, not enough trips to the park, very few social interactions with friends, and our family was still 3,000 miles away. Each night after our family prayer, we gave hugs and kisses to our boys and we tucked them into bed. I felt like I was living 5 lives in one and barely enjoying any of them because I was stretched so thin. I was juggling a lot of snowballs, and I knew I couldn't drop the ball on the Sultan of Saudi Arabia or the Vice President of China. So occasionally, the ball that got dropped was the confidence of my kids and showing appreciation and affection to my husband. I was miserable in all of our business success, and I wished for our life to be simple and sweet like it was back in the cabin. On top of it all, our marriage was on the rocks. My husband started using that D word. And as a child, I grew up in a blended family. I wanted to grow up and marry a handsome prince and live happily ever after and have children. And I found myself at age 35 with the prince and the beautiful children and no time to enjoy them. I knew anyone could take my place running that company, but nobody should take my place, being the wife to my husband and the mother to my children. I said, "Oh, no way, Sir Desmond Donbutts. You may be driving me crazy and you're driving me nuts. And I may have lost my sizzle, but I am not gonna let this marriage be another statistic of broken marriages in my family tree. I'm not a quitter, and we have got to figure this out." And for the benefit of our family, we just sold our business at a loss. We moved 6,000 miles to Costa Rica, and I studied massage therapy, and my husband started working on his commercial pilot's license. I am so thankful that we didn't quit. Forgiveness works, patience works, and lots of positive interaction works. You choose your path, so be careful what you wish for. Each of us can allow our unfortunate experiences to paralyze our progress, or we can use them as a springboard to launch into a better future. What changes do you need to make? Are there distractions inhibiting the quality of your life and of your most sacred relationships? I want to just share, this is my book. It's called You Choose Your Path. It's on Amazon, and the Kindle version is $3. And it's filled with pictures from Alaska and pictures of our experiences in Costa Rica, and lots of thoughts and nuggets on family, and so many things that I learned of natural health, and different things I learned in massage school. So anyway, I want to let you know that that is available on Amazon. And then I would love to share with you the Sunshine Strategy. And let's see, so it's so simple that even a 5-year-old can understand it. So this is a simple drug-free, counselor-free, stimulant-free approach to elevating happiness. And let's see, so all you need is 2 things. You just need a pencil and a piece of paper. And so what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your happiness level? And let's say somebody says, you know, life is really a struggle right now. Maybe it's teenagers, maybe it's maybe it's a mom going through a lot. You know, lots of people are just, it's been a hellacious 2020, and there's a lot of people that are really struggling and mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and their connections aren't as strong as they used to be. So think about, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your level of happiness, and you'd write that down. What would you like it to be? You write that down over here. Hopefully everybody wants it to be a 10. Now we're going to draw a sunshine. So I draw 8 sunbeams like this. Each one of these sunbeams are going to represent people that are in your tribe. Now, I love people. I love people, so I can't just narrow it down to 8. So I'm gonna put mine into categories. So mine would be God, my spouse, my family, my friends, my neighbors, my clients, colleagues, people that are in my social groups, and even strangers. Now, I want you to think back on the last week and all the positive interactions you've had with people. And every positive interaction that you've had, I want you to create a little sunburst. So maybe you did something kind for your spouse. This could be prayer, study, and family could be, you know, you made a nice dinner, or you got together with them. It's the holidays. Let's see, friends. Maybe you have neighbors, you dropped by some cookies. You get the idea. The more of these, just think about the connections that you've had in the last week. And every one of these connections, you're going to identify it with a little sunburst. Now, research has proven that our happiness is directly related to 3 things: the number of close personal connections we have, the frequency of positive interactions within those connections, and having a sense of purpose. And so the next part is, we know that you cannot get light from a dead flashlight battery. You have to be able to recharge. You can't get water from an empty well. So we don't have anything to give to anybody else if we're totally empty. So it's important to recharge, and all of us recharge in doing different things. Some people love to go running. Some people love to do crafts or arts and crafts, or building things, creating things. Some people love to recharge with nature, like going hiking or walking, and maybe gardening. Some people like to do family history. Some people love to play the guitar, play the piano. So each of us recharge differently. But now think just exactly how you did the other one in reverse. Think about the number of things that you did that you love to do that recharge you. Maybe you have a pet and you love to spend time with that and go for a walk. So every time let's say this is taking care of my pet. Every time you do this in the last week, you're going to create a positive little sunburst. So as you can see, the more of these things, our light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Now, this little strategy called the Sunshine Strategy came about. We've had 4 family members that have committed suicide, and a few other friends, and I've really been concerned. And so I believe all good things come from God. And I prayed and I said, if you can use my hands, if you can use me for anything, you can help me understand a little bit better, or be a source of help. Would you please bless me with would you please teach me? And this is what I felt inspired to create. It's a very simple, easy assessment that even, like I said, even a 5-year-old could be able to do this. I shared this with CEOs, with marriage and family therapists, with counselors across the country, and have have good report back on this. And it comes, it tags along with the 21-day happiness challenge, and you can get a copy of the 21-day. I've got two websites and I need to merge them both, but you can get a copy of the Sunshine Strategy and the 21-day happiness challenge if you go to youchooseyourpath.com. And then I have a little, I just know that it's super important for us to engage and connect with each other. And sometimes our conversations are really superficial. And so I created a fun little thing called the Family Power Hour. And this is a piece of it out of that. It's called the Friends and Families Table Topics. And the website is onehappytribe.com. You can get one of these for free. It's 100 different stimulating questions that you can ask your family or loved ones. You can keep it at the kitchen table. You can keep it in the car while you're driving back and forth to school or wherever you're going, or take it on a road trip. And this is just really just a simple communication starter that helps us get to know each other better, because I think we could go our whole life and we just like ask those one-word answers like, how was school today? Good. How was work? Fine. And we just don't go any farther than that. So this is a really great tool to help us really get to know people better. And it's accessible if you keep it like I said, at the table or in the car. So I hope you enjoy that. It's been a pleasure to be here. And I just want to tell each of you that you were made to shine bright.